Hey guys, it's Raylene and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well and keeping safe and doing well. So for today's video, I decided that I was going to do something that followed up from my Instagram story. So on my Instagram story, I decided to do a Would You Rather with everyone, just to kind of, do like a little activity with everyone whilst we're in lockdown still. And I decided that because I found the results to be really interesting, I wanted to kind of come on here, share what I asked people, what the results were, and kind of give my answer as well, because I actually didn't say what my answer would be, like what I would rather. So yeah, let's crack on. So the first would you rather that I got was, would you rather have all of your body fur or scales? So the 84% of people said they would rather have fur, and 16% of people said they would rather have scales. Personally for me, I would go with the fur as well, because it didn't say you couldn't shave all the fur off, especially when they're like this. Like, it's just easier, whereas the scales are just permanently there. You can't kind of get rid of them. So I would say the fur. The next one that I put out was, would you rather have a real life gel-free, get out of jail free card, or a key that opens any door? Personally for me, for someone that has quite a lot of keys for lots of different reasons, and there's loads of different doors and stuff I need to open, having one key to open every single door sounds a lot better for me, because then I don't have to worry about which key does what and have to try and figure that out in my brain, because just ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. So the next would you rather that I said was, would you rather be able to know the history of every single object that you touch, or be able to talk to animals? 20% of people said they would rather know the history of every single object they touch, and 80% of people would rather be able to talk to animals. Personally for me, I'm part of that 80%. I would rather be able to talk to animals, 100%. I think it would be really interesting to kind of think about, to know what they're kind of thinking or saying, because I always talk to my friends and family about this. I'm I wonder what they're actually thinking. What could bees or dogs and stuff like that be actually thinking, or even animals in the zoo. I think that's really interesting to think about. So the next would you rather that I said was, would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future, or 10 minutes into someone else's future, anyone else's but your own? 57% said they would rather see 10 minutes into their own, and the other 43 said that they would rather see it into someone else's. Personally for me, I'm the same. I'd rather see into someone else's. I like the excitement of not knowing what my life is going to be like, so I'd rather be able to see what someone else is, because I'm intrigued to see what other people look like. So yeah. So my next one was, would you rather be able to breathe underwater or fly? So 46% of people said that they would rather be able to breathe underwater, and the other 54 said they would rather fly. Personally, me, if I'm thinking about it logically, I would say I would rather be able to fly. This is because I don't drive yet, so I normally have to get lifts and stuff from either my dad, Uber, bus, you name it. So for me, one, it'd be a lot quicker because you're beating all the traffic and stuff, you don't have to worry about that. And two, you don't have to pay for those lifts, your taxi and bus. That's so much nicer. So you're saving a lot more money as well. And flying is cool. So my next would you rather that I said was, would you rather be able to freeze time or be able to travel in time? 33% said that's like a tongue twister. Oh my gosh. 33% said that they would rather be able to freeze time, and the other 67% said that they would rather be able to travel in time. Personally for me, I don't really know with this one. I'm gonna say freeze time, because for example, if you've got a deadline, or you're doing something at work and you're running out of time to do it, freeze time, get it done, turn time back on, unfreeze time, whatever you want to call it, and then you don't have to necessarily worry, because oh yeah, I've done that, just like that. Yeah, I would say freeze time. So my next one that I said was, would you rather have a song stuck in your head always, or always have an itch that you can't reach? 97% of people said they would rather have a song stuck in their head, and 3% said they would rather have an itch they can't reach, which I find really interesting, because the majority, loads more people said they would rather have a song stuck in their head, but that small 3% said they would rather have an itch they can't reach. I feel like the itch would bug me more, so I would rather have a song stuck in my head all the time, because I do anyway. Pretty much 85 to 90% of the time I have a song stuck in my head, so it doesn't really, I mean, it bothers me, but not as much as an itch that I wouldn't be able to reach. So definitely a song. So my next one was, would you rather meet your favourite fictional character or your favourite musician? 31% said they would rather meet their favourite fictional character, and 69% said they would rather meet their favourite musician. Now, personally for me, if you know me, you know I love my bands and I love I love all the different types of artists, so I definitely would say my favourite musician, which is Harry Styles. So who wouldn't obviously I would want to meet him. So yeah, I would definitely say meet my favourite musician over meet my favourite fictional character. So the next would you rather that I said was, would you rather have a side of dog treats or a side of cat food with every meal? With this one, 85% said they would rather have a side of dog treats and 15% said they would rather have a side of cat food. I am with that 85%. I 100% would rather have a side of dog treats, like dog biscuits. I know people that, or I've seen people that have tried dog treats and say they aren't that bad, like dog biscuits. So I'd rather have that than cat food. I'm sorry, but cat food, just no. It looks awful. It smells awful. Just no. The next one that I said was, would you rather marry someone that you didn't love or marry someone that didn't love you? So 78% of people said they would rather marry someone they didn't love, and 22% of people said they would rather marry someone that didn't love them. Personally, for me, this is a really hard one, because one, you would feel bad marrying someone that you didn't love and they loved you, but then it would also be awful for you to marry someone that didn't love you. And I don't think, for me personally, I couldn't go through marrying someone that didn't love me. I would rather go through, I don't know, this is actually a hard one now I'm thinking about it, because then it makes me, I feel bad that I'd marry someone that I didn't love, but they loved me. I mean, I could grow to love them, so I mean, I would rather marry someone that I didn't love rather than didn't love me, because I'm just that type of person that I'm like, oh my gosh, they don't actually love me, like what actual heck. So yeah, I would rather marry someone that I didn't love. Okay, so the final one that I put out was, would you rather be able to control fire or water? So 39% of people said that they would rather control fire, and 61% said they would rather control water. I would love to control water. I feel like that's really cool. I mean, obviously fire is also quite cool, but at the same time I feel like even if you are in control, sometimes mistakes might happen. And of course mistakes might happen with water. Oh, this is hard. No, I think too deep into things. But I'm going to say water, especially because of what the weather's looking like today. Water would be spot on. I could just create my own little pool. I would say water. Okay, so that is the end of today's video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. It was a little bit different, but I thought it was kind of interesting to kind of share what people had thought. So yeah, and also obviously just kind of decide what I was interested, what I would choose instead. So yeah, I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please make sure to give this video a massive thumbs up. That would mean a lot. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please do. That would also mean a lot to me. And yeah, of course, I will always leave my socials and stuff in the description below for you, and also make sure to check out me and Emily's channel. We have an exciting video coming out this week, so on Friday, so yeah, be sure to check that out. But yeah, I shall see you guys soon for another video. Until then, bye.